Salutations, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. This is my new YouTube channel, Lad Paisley. If you know me from another corner of the internet, you know me as Grega, and you can really call me either or. Those few of you who do watch my other channel will probably just call me Grega because you're comfortable with that. But the reason for this channel is I'm just splitting up the pop culture and political content. Over the course of 2020, I made both political and pop culture videos, and I'm just splitting the two up because I understand that not everybody who's into pop culture is into politics and vice versa, so I might as well just make two channels. But I'm interested in both, and I just decided, one venue for one topic and one venue for another. Except, since 2015, politics and pop culture have kind of bled together quite a bit. So it's kind of hard to completely divorce the two, especially when Hollywood, is not learning the lesson of get woke, go broke. But the stuff that's more straight politics will be spoken of on this channel, Lad Paisley. So for this first video, I just decided to call this one Screw Unity because it ain't going to happen, and the Democrats are not sincere about wanting unity in the United States and healing the divide that has really been a cancer in this country over the last several years. And the way you know that is Donald Trump has how many days left in office? Like 7? About a week. And what did the Democrats do today? The Democrats in the House? Yeah, they impeached him again. The first impeachment was total bullshit, and so is this one. I can't talk about this without talking about what happened on January 6th, which, look, the reasons for why those people were pissed, I understand. Yeah, I think there was fraud in the 2016 election, or 2020 election, sorry. And there was no small amount of evidence suggesting that was the case. So these people were pissed, and they stormed the Capitol. And, they kind of had the gates opened for them, like the gates of Troy, and like Greeks, they all went in. But they weren't nearly as violent as the Greeks who sacked Troy. Hell, they weren't even as violent as the rioters that were completely screwing up U.S. cities over the 6 months after George Floyd was killed. So I'm not going to be lectured to by the mainstream media about how this was some terrible, terrible insurrection. To be clear, I completely am against political violence, and there was violence in there. There was property damage. I'm not for that. I'm not for attacking police. And also, that woman who was shot in the neck, that was completely wrong. The victim of whatever action that she was taking at that time was a door. So, no, that doesn't warrant a bullet in the neck. So, that was absolutely out of order. But it was a riot. There's no other way to put that. And apparently some people were shouting. They were espousing violent language. So, look, I'm not going to act like my side of the aisle is beyond reproach, but like I was saying, I'm not going to be lectured to by the mainstream media about how this is worse than it actually is, because by mainstream media standards, what happened in the Capitol on January 6th was a mostly peaceful protest. There's that very, very notorious clip of that CNN correspondent standing in front of a burning building. I think it was in Minneapolis, and he says that the demonstration is mostly peaceful, and there's an inferno behind him. So give me a break. Give me a break. And in the wake of that, you had Donald Trump tweeting to his supporters to be peaceful, and he made the video saying, "We need peace. Go home. I'm hurting as much as you are from all this, but we need peace. Go home in peace." That video was removed, and that video completely There's nothing in that video or any of his other tweets, for that matter, that he sent out around that time that are inciting violence. It's exactly the opposite. So there was no high crime or misdemeanor to impeach him over. The way his phone call with the Ukrainian, what was it? The position off the top of my head, it's hard for me to remember, but it was a phone call with a Ukrainian official about looking into corruption involving Joe Biden. Well, since the New York Post articles came out in October, we know that there was something there, and it's starting to look like that first impeachment was all about protecting creepy Joe and making it so they didn't get too close to unearthing his corruption. And look, we all know he's corrupt, but the entire system is corrupt. Is he going to be held to account for his influence peddling? No. Is the Hunter Biden investigation going to go anywhere? I don't think so. Maybe it will, though, and they'll use that to pressure Joe Biden to get out of office and let Kamala, the strong black woman, get in and have their first woman of color president. Whoopi, and she might be a strident bitch, but we have our first woman of color president. Although, it's not as special, though, if she inherits it as opposed to gets elected to the position. So they would have to swallow that bitter pill if they go forward with that. So off the top of my head, that's about all I have to say on this topic. So leave me a comment down below and give me a thumbs up if you haven't been yeeted from YouTube yet, and hopefully this one doesn't either. So if it does, you can find this channel as well as Grega on BitChute and Rumble. So on both of those, I am Grega, and I also have a Parler, and well, Parler's not really relevant at the moment. I have a Gab account as well. Good luck getting into that, and we must support alt tech. Before I get down this video, I got to stress this. We have to support alt tech now. We needed to support it a lot more before, but we're learning the hard way that we need to bolster the competitors of these big tech tyrants. We cannot let them win. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Cheers.